at all. You know what I mean?
That is true.
So I gotta change that.
Change it, dude.
Are we clapping? Are
Time
we
to
clapping?
face
We
the
don't need to.
change.
I'm that good now.
I'm
We don't
still
need to
going
clap
to.
anymore.
Damn, that's fun.
All right, well, guess what? Now we got to cut out all that good stuff.
Shit.
All that.
It's impossible to. Joe knows how to edit without a clap, but he doesn't know how to. Once you clap,
Once you
he
clap.
has to edit there.
He has to
I
edit
don't
there.
have a choice.
No idea how to.
Great.
edit around
Thank-
that.
Thanks a
Anytime
lot,
he makes fun
Bobby.
of me, I'm just like,
Yeah, we got to start all over
Oops.
again.
Yeah.
We constantly have to start over again.
do you think our fans are like start off the podcast by clapping as if the show's starting? I hope,
Yeah.
guys, please
No,
start doing that.
I think
we're-
they clap throughout the show as they're listening.
we're
yeah.
we're
Yeah.
clapping more than like an early 2010 folk rock band. You gotta love it.
Did you grow up on folk punk music?
No, I was like a little bit earlier. So like my angsty 20-somethings, it was in the early 2000s, early to mid 2000s. So it was more like I was listening to a lot of like the Hold Steady.
Ooh.
I listened to the Hold Steady. I listened to what else? I mean, I don't know. I was like kind of bland.
What's the band that sings that song, I Can Make Your Hands Clap, and then there is, like, the clapping noise in the chorus? Because I used to hear that on, like, a baseball recap show, and I was like, oh, it's like some cheesy baseball song they made for the show. And then I saw it as, like, an actual song from a band that is, like, I don't know if I heard, I don't listen to the radio, but I forgot where I saw it, where I'm like, oh, no, this is, like, an actual band put this out and thinks, like, that's worse to me. Like, it being on a baseball recap show, I can make your hands clap, and then you hear the clapping sounds. Like, that's a weird, corny song, but I'm watching a TV show about baseball, whatever.
Yeah,
But an
you
actual
gotta-
band singing it feels like,
It
ew.
makes you feel uncomfortable, huh?
Yes, it does.
You got to imagine that some people write songs so that they'll be played at stadiums.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean?
Well, stadium music, I don't think is like corny. Stadium music for like sports games, they're playing like AC/DC, Gary Glitter, who we've discussed previously on the podcast.
Very
Friend of
cool.
the show,
Yes,
in fact.
friend of the show. Yeah, those songs aren't that bad, but like the Sports Center song, like that type of stuff is like a made-for-TV type song. If a band was playing the Sports Center song, I guess that at this point it's so iconic, it'd kind of be fun to see a band's take on the Sports Center theme song.
Can you believe like Aerosmith fucking does that during
Yeah.
one of their songs?
There's something like Blink-182 would do something like that.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I was telling
Doesn't
you.
Hank Williams Jr. do like the "Are You Ready for Some Football"
Yeah,
song?
that's a great one.
Well, do you think he does that at his concerts? You think he's ever done that live?
Maybe. I feel like he has. Probably.
He has to.
Yeah, he's got to.
Because like that's like his. It's like it's honestly quite perfect the way Hank Williams Jr. did the theme song to Monday Night Football, because just the demographic of people that love football and love Hank Williams Jr.
yeah.
My God.
Yeah.
Like there's very little wiggle room. You know.
Yeah. And that's also
Wiggles are also a band that can't make a song for football.
Could you imagine that if they were like, "Are you ready for some football?" But like it also warned you about CTE.
Yeah.
You know?
Are you ready for some head trauma?
Are you concerned about head trauma, Matt, as a former athlete?
Kind
And
of.
as
Well,
a current retard?
Yes.
Well, he
as
also
a
had that
former
head brain
athlete,
tumor.
current retard.
Well, I had a brain tumor too.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
we
we're
both had,
brain tumor buddies.
Yeah. Well,
Joe
that was-
Gorman, Matt Maran, survivors.
Yeah.
Well, that was before I got the brain surgery. I got looked at for long-term effects of concussions because I had my last year wrestling. I think it was even less than a year, like 6 months. I had 3 concussions in a short period of time.
Wowzers.
So yeah, when I started having like mood swings, the first place I went to was a concussion management clinic in the city, and they tested me and found out I was like everything was off, like balance was off. I went through this. There was like an electrostim treatment they gave me. They put like a little thing over your head, and it gives a very slight electric current to your temples, and it's very relaxing.
Really?
But when I was going through it, I felt like wide awake. So a part of me was like, are they like actually shocking me right now? And they told me, no, you've been dealing with fogginess this entire time. This is how you're supposed to feel normally.
Oh, that's hilarious. That's,
Yeah.
that's like giving a little kid glasses and being
Yeah.
like, you mean you don't have to squint to see the chalkboard?
Yeah.
Damn.
Do you like take like supplements to try to like counteract?
I was
Stuff.
for a while, and during the time I was taking CBD actually.
Yeah?
That was one of the things that my concussion doctor recommended. I was doing the gummies, but I appreciate the act out.
Our fans famously love to blaze.
Yes, they do.
Do you think you're gonna? Do you think our fan base will cause you to relapse, Bobbert?
I think it's their mission.
What do you think? Like they're gonna come to a show and like hold a gun to your head and make you fucking do drugs?
Well, they'll hold a gun to my head and make me do something.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. And you know what? If they're a subscriber to the Patreon, I'll appreciate it.
Yeah.
Patreon slowly
That's
but
what you
steadily
call
growing.
getting your money's worth, folks. Yeah, we're getting like a new patron a week pretty soon.
It's very cool.
Folks, if enough people subscribe to the Patreon, we can quit our jobs. We will lose our sense of structure and meaning. Our sense of time will be all fucked up. We'll start getting moody, and we don't know why. We won't be sleeping well. We won't be eating well.
I think I'd still keep my job.
Yeah, I would still. I mean, I'm coaching like youth sports. I would still do that. I just wouldn't do it so much where sometimes I'm taking on like more than I can handle just because I need the money.
Yeah.
So if I didn't need the money, I feel like I would still do it because I enjoy it.
Health insurance is good too. Don't forget you got to pay out of pocket.
When I
otherwise.
was paying out of pocket, I paid like $450.
That sucks, dude.
Oh, is that high?
I don't know. You have to pay out of, but like I don't know. I just have it taken out of my paycheck. I don't think about it.
I do too. I don't think like I have like nothing wrong with me physically. So
it's good.
That's actually the reason why after the brain surgery, I say, yeah, they told me it was just that and not concussions. I'm like, yep, no pre-existing condition here.
Yeah.
Well, when I got
There
my
you go.
fucking tumor drain, that was only a $25 copay for
Really?
the whole surgery. Yeah.
Jesus, for real?
Yeah.
I mean, I was insured. I was at a job where I had full insurance, but it came to like hundreds of thousands of dollars the surgery I had.
Really? I don't know.
Well,
Well, I
he's
had
talking about his copay, not what the procedure cost.
You said it was the whole surgery, right?
Yeah, I just pay copay.
Right, but he's saying he only paid $25. The surgery cost way more than that.
Yeah, the surgery it was like $1,000. It would have been like $1,000 some dollars.
Yeah.
otherwise.
Even still, that's I think it was like $200,000 to $300,000. But for me, it was also the hospital stay was a big portion of that. Was the most of that.
Yeah. Well,
They
like
said
mine-
the actual surgery itself, not lying, $69,000
That's a lot. Damn, that's great. But like I mean, you had like a thing that was like
inside my brain.
Yeah,
they
you
had
had
to
like
cut the back of my head open. It was like a 7-hour procedure.
Yeah, I had like I had my procedure at the doctor's office.
Yeah.
It wasn't
Yeah.
they didn't even put me under. They gave me
Yeah.
like an anesthetic, but like I could still feel my skin like ripping
Yeah.
apart. Like you hear it and you know like you should be feeling pain but you don't,
Yeah.
which is unsettling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what's crazy about it.
You ever have your wisdom teeth removed?
I don't
I did.
think
Yeah.
so, but that's because I had a palate expander as a teenager, which is like when I was before your
Now he
top-
eats whatever he wants.
Yeah.
He's got that palate expander.
Well, before my jaw was fully formed, the dentist put this basically machine at the top of my jaw, and I had a key that I would twist every night, and it would slowly expand my jaw.
Oh, wow.
So my teeth would kind of form more. That's why like people think I have like capped teeth,
Yeah.
just because like they were.
You do have beautiful teeth.
unnaturally aligned.
For your lifestyle.
For my lifestyle, it's not bad.
Yeah.
It's not bad. But yeah, I had to.
the idea
actually
that you
expand.
capped all your teeth before you moved to New York to do open mics is very, very funny.
So
Before you do the Grizzly Pear open mic, you got to make sure your teeth are straight
that's
and white.
just the
wisdom-
job you want.
The most intense pain I've ever felt in my life is when I had an impacted wisdom tooth.
Oh, impacted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, that sucks.
I mean, like, and I wrestled with the broken foot. I had like a partial tear in my groin, like anything.
You were raped several times.
I
as
was
an
raped
adolescent.
several times as an adolescent, and well, that's mental pain also, which
Oh, it didn't hurt your rectum?
it didn't hurt that much.
Okay.
No. I mean, I've been able to move on and, become like a great comedian and podcaster.
Yeah.
Thank Christ.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
that
you're
helps
really
with
more
the pain.
drawn to The Undertaker.
Yes. But wisdom tooth pain worse than any physical concussion, knee injury, back injury.
Worse than heartbreak.
Ooh, actually, heartbreak and being raped. I'd say heartbreak, wisdom tooth, raped.
You were raped.
Yes, as an adolescent. That's how you become a great podcaster.
Yeah, right, dude. You were like, you don't understand. Like, as the aggressor, he thought that also counts as being raped too.
Yeah.
Just being a part of a rape.
I was there.
I was raped.
I experienced a rape.
Yeah.
My dick repeatedly went into this woman. They were just screaming in the torment.
You know, violence affects all of us, and it really affected me.
Yeah.
At the time, it made me come, but now that I've learned to process, I actually am scarred by it, which is why government agency, I am unable to work.
Yes. Have you ever heard like a woman tell her rape story?
Oh,
like,
no,
how
dude.
traumatizing it is.
That's traumatizing.
I had to see it.
You had to. Plus, think of all, not just emotional scars, but physical scars on your shoulders and your chest.
Dude, she scratched me so much.
Yeah, not cool.
She fucking ripped your sleeves off.
That's when I never put them back on because I want to remember that woman for the rest of my life.
It's as if she never heard darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that.
Yeah.
Martin Luther King Jr. said that.
That wasn't a real thing. Snopes.com. It wasn't.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, way.
God
Matt,
damn.
look it up.
I don't. My phone's charging.
Oh, Bobby, look it up.
Jamie, look it up.
Yeah. I do feel like
it's not real. He never said it.
That's why.
You know what?
Did he say I have a dream?
No.
Damn.
He said I've been sleeping. He said Bay caught me sleeping.
No, the exact quote was "I has a dream."
There you go. Give it this Sojourner Truth treatment.
Oh, Matt, you're gonna get us in trouble for saying the N-word. Where are we going, boys? Let's go on vacation. It's summertime.
Oh yeah. Well, I want to go. Maybe to New England. I haven't seen much of New England.
I've never been to New England.
I do want to do more New England stuff like Vermont.
You heard it here.
Hampshire.
Locker Room Talk is coming to New England. If you have a venue in New England, tweet us or email us, and we'll come out. We'll come out. We'll do a live podcast.
Yeah.
Just some locker room talk at gmail.com, folks.
Let's do like Vermont Comedy Club or some shit. I don't know.
Anywhere. Hey, if you'll have us, we'll be there.
Yep.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound desperate, does it?
No green M&Ms in the green room, or I will flip out.
You know the
I will
story?
make a scene.
You know the
Remember
story
when
behind
there were
the
like
M&Ms
green
thing?
M&Ms in the green room, and you grabbed that girl's arm?
Yeah.
And you were like, what's your fucking problem? And you threw her against the wall.
And she's like, my dad's a comedian. And I'm like, I don't care. Someone has to answer to this.
Yeah. You know the story behind the green M&Ms thing? It was like Axl Rose, right? Who did it? I think it was like a rock band guy. The reason he did it, he didn't care about green M&Ms. He just thought they would like ask for stuff and not get it, so he just put it in there to make sure every time to make sure that they actually saw like read what was on the rider.
So yeah, if they don't have green M&Ms, and they also paid attention to like the pyrotechnics safety stuff that they sent them.
Maybe.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess,
yeah. So
I
it's
guess
like
that's what the idea is.
Yeah, things that are actually important. You want to
they
make
should
sure that
have
these
like
bureaucrats
one
are reading them.
thing. Well, like it should be like a little more reasonable than that. Like
green
peanut M&Ms.
Ooh.
And then they're like, well, wait a minute, these are just regular M&Ms. You didn't actually look over the rider.
The idea of being furious while having candy in your mouth is very funny to me.
Yeah.
Dude, you just described my life.
You think I'm happy with all these red and brown M&Ms right now? I'm not.
Dude, I am furious with candy in my mouth during every fucking commute. Every time I'm on the train, I'm like, these motherfuckers. I'm like, I'm the only one not wearing a mask. Candy in my fucking mouth.
Giving a blowjob is another time you'd be upset with candy in your mouth.
Yeah.
Furious with candy
With that
in your
guy's
mouth.
little fucking Jolly Rancher in my fucking mouth. Come on, what is this, Tootsie Roll? Get hard, dude.
We found the name of the episode.
Jolly Rancher in my mouth.
No, angry with candy in my mouth.
There you go.
Come on, that's clickbait if I never. Because people are
that
going to be
might
like, "What
even-
made you angry? What
Yeah.
candy is in your mouth?"
That might even be the title of my my HBO special.
Ooh,
You heard it here first on Locker Room Talk. I'm manifesting an HBO special.
Is there
Okay.
any candy you could have in your mouth that you couldn't be angry with?
Ooh.
I feel I couldn't be angry with Starburst in my mouth.
I'm more of a chocolate,
Yeah.
peanut butter type guy.
You know what? Yeah, a good Reese's.
Yeah, Reese's is #1 chocolate
Yeah.
candy.
It's
Although
like-
I feel
Fast
like
Break.
Fast Break.
Fuck, I'm gonna go on record as saying fuck fast break.
Not really into on fast breaks.
I don't.
Bobbert.
Do you like fast break?
I don't know. Which one is that one?
It's a Reese's.
It's like the Jan Brady of the Reese's family. It's not enjoyable.
not Take 5, not Reese's.
No. I feel like you almost need to separate the fruit candies from the chocolate candies. To me.
Yeah.
Fruit candies almost feel like a health food.
No fruit in my neighborhood. Yeah.
Sometimes it's like, well, I can't be luxurious and have chocolate. Let's be a little mindful. I'm just gonna have a Starburst.
Well, no,
you
my
have
thing-
like 15
yeah.
Starburst, which
Yeah.
is like 430 sugar. Like it's pure sugar.
Yeah, but it's
Well,
I mean, fruit has sugar
well, it's like it's sugar and food coloring
and high fructose corn syrup.
and high fructose corn
no,
syrup.
none of that low fructose corn syrup bullshit.
Get that
Fuck
shit out
that.
of my mouth.
Yeah.
Get that shit out of my
I
mouth.
do
and
hate.
ass.
I do hate healthy alternatives.
Oh, like the Justins.
yeah, or like
Yeah,
that shit.
they're-
Like it's like made with coconut oil and it tastes
Well,
like
if I'm
ass.
gonna eat healthy, I'm just gonna eat a healthy thing.
Yeah,
and if
eat-
I'm gonna eat like shit, I'll eat like shit.
Yeah.
Like I'm not doing the Justin's peanut butter cup.
It does. It doesn't. You're just cheating yourself.
Yeah. I do.
Have a good, high quality dessert.
I do get like peanut butter M&Ms sometimes. That's like my thing where I'm like, well, it's good
Yeah.
fat. It's peanut butter. That's my health food.
That's
is
it.
Peanut butter M&Ms.
Peanut butter's so good.
If I'm doing I do like the peanut butter M&Ms more than the regular M&Ms.
Dude, that would be such a bummer to have a peanut allergy.
yeah,
Such a bummer.
Yeah, I'd kill myself.
Do you
Probably.
think those people with a peanut allergy are like fuck George Washington Carver, that black
Ooh.
bastard, inventing all these fucking ways
Dude, they
to poison me?
Yeah, they must hate Black History Month.
Yeah.
When they're in school, they get to learn about the man who created their nemesis.
Oh, I will say one healthier version that's better than the processed is like natural peanut butter. I do like
Yeah.
natural
Oh
peanut
yeah,
butter.
well, you have to stir it yourself.
Yeah.
That's nice.
That's
never
not
had
bad.
that.
That's pretty
It's
good.
Yeah.
It's no sugar, and I think it actually tastes better.
Yeah, you can taste. It tastes like actual like
Yeah.
how you would imagine like a peanut based spread, and you can feel how sweet peanut. Like you can almost feel like, oh, Jeff is like too sweet now.
Yeah, but you have to have liquid at the ready.
Yes.
Because some people, if you watch my episode of Snack Attack with Mark Henley, may he rest in peace, I talked about my mom's favorite snack that she made me,
Okay.
which was peanut butter on a spoon. She used to make me that all the time.
I've been doing
Your
that.
go-to.
Sometimes I will get
Peanut
a
butter
thing
on
of
a
peanut
spoon.
butter, and I'll just fucking with the
You know,
spoon.
you know
like
what
an
I
easy
hated
cleanup,
though.
baby.
You know what I hated though was fucking peanut butter on celery.
Yeah, I never got that.
That sucks, dude.
It
It's
felt
like,
like
such a
such a-
non-treat.
It's such a mismatch.
Put it
of
on a
things.
cracker if you're gonna put it
Yeah.
on anything. I never liked the consistency.
Oh, I love crack. I'll go through an entire sleeve of Ritz or Club crackers.
Ritz peanut butter. Are you
Ritz
fucking
crackers
kidding
with
me?
peanut butter on top. Club crackers too. That's my shit.
This is such a fucking fat nerd. Fucking, we're talking about our fucking brain tumors, and now we're
Yeah.
talking about what kind of food we like to eat. We love
Unrelated
it
as
here.
far as we know, but you have to be careful with the natural peanut butter, because if you eat a natural peanut butter on a spoon, you could almost choke to death. I remember literally running to the kitchen sink to fill up a glass of water and like drink it,
Yeah.
because I was afraid that I was gonna.
I don't think
like,
I've ever had
choke.
natural peanut butter.
It's really
before.
good, and
Yeah.
like you can get like all kinds too at any health food store. They have like cashew and
You need to
almond.
prepare though, because you
Oh,
need
I
to
think,
open it, and it has all the oil on top, so you need to mix
it.
it around and then
Okay.
let it kind of
Does it
chill.
only
know what
come
I
in the
do?
jar? Because I've gotten the little
Jar.
like squeeze packages
Yeah.
that say
No.
natural.
There's
on
there's
them.
no way that I'm talking
Okay.
about zero added sugar.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's no
No.
way that they could do that in a packet.
Here's my approach with the jar. Like I get a spoon. I stick the spoon in the bottom and I pull it up and I kind of make like a almost like a churning motion, like a
yeah.
and like that's a good way to mix it up too.
Yeah, but I find that if you try to like same instance, like you open the new natural peanut butter and then you try to make a sandwich, your sandwich is going to be too oily. no
Yeah,
matter
you
what.
gotta wait. You gotta let it settle for a little bit.
That seems like too much work. I'm just gonna get my Jif and Skippy.
Yeah. Well, oh my God. I mean, that's why. It's,
Oh, you could get the peanuts. You could at Whole Foods. You can get the peanuts ground up on location, so it's like less mixing because it's done on spot, so it doesn't have time to settle and separate.
okay.
You do it on spot. You go home. You make yourself a sandwich. You put that in the fridge, and that way it doesn't separate. But then in the morning, when you're ready to make breakfast or something, you take it out and you let it cool off for about like 5 minutes or so. Let it kind of get to room temperature a little bit. Loosen
Folks, I
up.
hope you're writing this down.
Yeah.
Imagine the Joe Gorman recipe to good natural peanut butter.
Yeah, man.
I am very boring. Like when I'm home and my mom is like, "I'll make you breakfast."
Fuck, you're right.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
My mom's like, "I'll make you breakfast." I always do just either peanut butter or butter on bread. Because when I live on my own, I'm very good about just not buying. I have no self-control.
Mhm.
So once it's in the house, I'm going to eat it.
Yeah.
So I just
Same way,
don't
yeah.
even buy like loaves of bread or Ritz crackers. But when I'm home, my parents have it. I'm just housing
Right.
sleeves of Ritz crackers.
Yeah.
And
'Cause
every
you don't
morning
care
for
if
breakfast.
your family starves to death.
Right.
Well, mom and dad are from the generation where they can afford food
Exactly.
and shelter. So
Yes.
let them pass it on. Like, damn, we're gonna be like the first generation that can't own houses and shit.
Yeah.
It sucks, and only a small population of millennials actually can. That sucks, dude. Are you ever gonna own a house, Bobbert? No. Fucking.
That settles that.
Are you trying?
Hey,
to?
I have a. You and I commiserated off mic about our great credit scores. Isn't that surprising? Matt doesn't have one. 'Cause
what's your
Matt
credit score?
doesn't. It's 730 something.
I'm 790.
Jeez. Oh, you know what it is? Because I quit my job with nothing lined up and lived off a credit card for a month.
Oh, that sucks.
Well, yeah, but I would have killed myself if I stayed at the job.
did you?
so-
Would you have?
Yeah.
I was off. I was unemployed for like a few years.
And then how long did it take you to pay back?
Almost instantaneously. I think the second or third paycheck. Because I was like still going to Mike, so
Well,
I
I
would
mean, like your credit score going down is because it just took you what
I
6
don't.
weeks? or?
I don't know.
There's no way to judge.
Like the only thing I could think of is that I had like a 4 figure credit card debt for like more than a few weeks. But I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't really know how
That's a bummer
it works.
for you. I've never had I've had a 4-figure credit card debt, but never for more than a few days.
I actually am at the point where I do think I should get. I haven't had a credit card before. I
You've
think
got
I
to
should-
get a credit
That's
card.
the thing. I
Matt.
want to get one and do it, but it just never. There's
It's
never a time
interesting
where
to
I
me
do
that
it
your
now.
parents didn't make you.
You can
Like
put-
my
yeah.
parents made me.
My
They're
mom
like,
made
you
me
have a
too.
credit card now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My mom, she was like, you need to have a credit. She said, even if you just buy like a pack of socks.
Yeah.
My mom gave me a credit card that was in both of our names and said this will only be spent on gas and nothing else. Like that was my rule. She's like, you will write a pay because this is before like smartphones. So she's like, every Friday you write a check for however much the bill is, and you give it to the bank on Saturday morning. So that was like my routine for years.
I also don't know if there
that
was any.
sucks, dude. Your mom's
Yeah.
so old. What was your mom in like the Oregon Trail or something? Who the fuck writes a check? When was this? In like 2000?
2006, I guess.
That's crazy.
Well, no, there wasn't. I didn't have an app on my phone in 2006.
I guess so, but I would just like go to the bank in person and just like ask to have it transferred over to pay off the funds.
But then they're just writing the check for you.
Yeah.
And they'll do that for you if it's not busy.
Did your parents, Joe? Did your parents just give you a card and say, "Be careful"?
No, they made me open up a credit card.
Well, they knew you couldn't
Yeah.
buy cocaine with a credit card.
Oh, okay.
Also, good boy Joseph didn't even drink until he was like 19 or
Yeah.
something crazy like that.
I didn't drink. Yeah, I didn't drink until I was 19. Same with smoking weed, and then smoke weed regularly until 25.
I don't know if there was any time when I was like 18, 19, 20 where it would have been a smart idea for my parents to give me a credit card.
But you wouldn't be afraid of debt even at that age?
I've always been
I went to
afraid of-
college.
yeah.
I wouldn't. It would have been something I didn't understand.
There
That's what
were-
happened with my student loan debt. Is I didn't understand when they said, and I'm going into college. All right, so your student loan debt will be this amount, and you'll pay $300 or so. If you pay $300 a month every month after you graduate for 3 years, you'll be paid off. And I was like, all right, I'll take that deal.
That's how they lied to you.
Exactly. I didn't know that interest rates could go up, and that could be a lie. So I could easily get caught in some credit card scam at that time.
I got a great credit card deal, man. I use. You should be able to go in through Amazon, dude.
Probably at this point.
Dude.
I definitely should do
It'd be
it.
worth it. Come up here, Finn.
For a while.
Well, you
Yeah.
only need a credit score if you want to like own real estate. If you just
There
want to
we
rent
go.
forever, then that's fine.
Hey,
fourth
I'm
night.
going into credit card debt. Finney's food he's on right now is $200 a month.
What the fuck?
It's
I think
worth
that's
it.
more than my food budget.
Well, I don't care about you the way I care about Finney.
That's true. That was established before we
This
started
episode
credit
of
card.
this episode of
This
Locker
credit
Room
card
Talk
is-
is brought to you by the Farmer's Dog.
Aw.
That's what we use. Hope maybe they will give us a discount. Maybe they're like that incel alt-right podcast. They sure do love their dog.
Gotta love something, right? That's the equivalent of like being a bad guy in a movie and you pet your cat.
Yes.
Yeah, they never fucking give it up for Blofeld. For like that cat that Pomeranian cat clearly loves him.
Who is this?
Blofeld is the James Bond villain that Dr. Evil is based off of.
Damn, you know the name of his cat?
No, that's the name of the villain. I don't know the name of the guy's cat.
Oh.
I know it's Mr. Bigglesworth for Dr. Evil.
I think I may have watched.
You want to hit that?
No.
Try it. Bobby, just try it, dude. It's fine. I promise.
It's definitely not laced with anything.
You want to try it, Matt?
No, I'm good.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Finney, you want to try it?
Joe definitely blows marijuana smoke into his dog's face.
Yeah, but Finney likes it.
Oh, he does like it.
I talk about it on stage, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't tell you guys about this. I met up with a couple of college friends last
no.
weekend, and they were like, it's weird. They're a couple years older than me, so like my freshman year, those were the first parties I was going to were their parties.
Right.
So even now, 10 years later, hanging out, it's still kind of like I'm the little brother. A little bit,
even though like now it's like an age gap of like 2 years,
exactly,
which is
like
nothing. Like 30, I'm older than them.
You're older than them, yeah. But one of them, the last time he was in New York, so a couple of them are in New York. One of them lives in the UK. He's originally from India. He was a foreign exchange student, and now he's living in Wales. So he only comes to America once every few years, and when he does, we all get together
just to party.
Yeah,
nice.
Oh yeah, and as soon as we get there, it's like I have to pace myself because I don't drink as much as I did in college, but I'm going to be drinking a lot when I'm hanging out with them.
It's interesting. Like there were like those guys that it's like they just don't slow it down. But like
they may have, but I think it may be the same thing with me. Where when we get, I've slowed it down too. But when I get together with them, we're not slowing.
And no one's the big man to say like we should just take it a little easy.
No, where we start off with like at first one of my friends is like into IPAs.
Mm-hmm.
He hasn't come out of the closet yet, but one day he may.
Got his ass, dude.
He's into IPAs, so we started off with a couple of those drinks, and then it becomes like, all right, I guess I'll get a Yingling. You know, I'm out drinking with my friends. I'll have a full heavy beer, not a light beer. 8-ball.
Glue.
Yeah. Well, no,
Spray
then it becomes
paint.
just light beer, pitcher of light beer.
Yep.
Second pitcher of light beer, third
What?
pitcher of light beer.
What?
But one of them, the one who's from the UK, came
Yeah.
the last time he was in New York, came to Comedy Fight Club, which I didn't remember.
Oh.
I remember them having come to a show, but I didn't know which one it was. He came to a fight club back at Lucky Jack's, and his girlfriend, who he's still with, said when he told her that he was meeting up with me or coming to New York, she said she remembered two things. She remembered me, Comedy Fight Club, and Mateo.
Unforgettable.
But
that's what he is. Unforgettable.
Should we recap who Mateo is for our new listeners, perhaps?
Yeah. Have you ever stared death into the eye, folks?
When your eyes are too close, that is weird. You are a retard.
Beautiful, Matt. No, he's a friend of the podcast.
Friend of the podcast.
Is he a friend?
I think so.
Yes.
Well, I don't want
I
to cross
agree.
him, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm afraid that guy definitely has some demons in his closet.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But
See,
so
look, Finney's consoling me because he knows how upset it is, how upsetting it is for me to talk about Mateo. It's okay, baby.
Yeah.
He can't hurt us. It's okay.
But his girlfriend, my friend's girlfriend, works with special needs kids, so she talked with Mateo for an hour after Fight Club and loved him.
Oh.
That was like, she
Yikes.
was asking about him in a positive way.
Oh,
like,
interesting.
oh, ask Matt how Mateo's doing.
Okay.
Oh, Finney wants me too. He knows I need to be comforted too because I'm
Yeah.
talking about Mateo also.
That's wild, man.
Okay, so she had a nice time, but in the way that a scientist has a nice time with a rat.
Right. Yeah.
the way a scientist would with a rhesus monkey.
Yeah.
Yes.
Where it's like fascinating. I can't wait to fucking think of all the prizes I'm gonna get when I dissect your brain.
Yeah.
Well,
Who do you think's the greatest comedian of all time?
Besides the people in this room.
Outside of this room, I think Pryor, at least for stand up.
Interesting. What do you think, Bobbert?
Louis C.K.
Gary Goldman.
Yeah. The Great Depression.
Yeah. I thought it was very Brave.
Yeah.
That's what
he
you
was
wanted a
talking about.
comedian.
Ooh,
to
if,
do.
we're talking, if we're talking about Brave, it's Amy Schumer. She's a moderately overweight woman who took a picture without a shirt on. So
I wouldn't say moderately. I would say severely, profoundly, and upsettingly overweight. And that's coming from me, folks. I just registered for disability.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's definitely weight-wise maybe average for a woman in America. Maybe
An American woman being fat as hell.
American woman can't stop eating.
I don't want to see you eat those pies. You have really big ass thighs. Hell yeah. No, it's fun. Women, you're beautiful. I think it's fucking brave what you're doing.
Yeah, honestly, I think all women, with two exceptions, are very beautiful.
Who are the two?
Probably the two women that listen to this podcast.
Nice, dude. Do you think women listen to this podcast?
Ooh, I think we've got
every time we get a message from a woman, it's the same thing where it's like, I know I'm not allowed to listen, but I do.
Uh-oh. Ladies, naughty.
Yeah. and we always...
You need to come to our show in fucking, where are we going? Manchester?
New Hampshire.
New Hampshire. Manchester by the sea.
New England.
Manchester.
Where can I bring Finney if we go?
If you're good, Joe. If you're good, you could bring your dog.
Can I?
He's your emotional support animal, so...
He kind of is. I could get a doctor's note.
I thought that was
easy.
Kelly.
Matthew, she's my partner.
That's quite enough out of you, Matt.
Matt, I'm turning off your mic for the remainder of the
I'm
pod.
sorry.
The last 30 minutes of the pod is just
That would be
Matt saying stuff off mic.
Yeah.
So he sounds like he's in the other room.
That would be such a, like, if we got a guest and we were like, okay, just if you go over your time, we will shut off the mic.
Yeah.
Or we
Like
just have
it's
a
a
We're on a very tight
Yeah.
schedule here.
Or we have a guest, they just hang out and talk, but not with the microphone. So we're all on mic and they're
Yeah.
not.
We have our guest in a soundproof chamber.
We have our woman comedian guest who is, that's right, getting us drinks. That's beautiful,
Damn.
Finney.
I really do think Finney adds a beautiful visual aid to the pod.
Because some people listen to this podcast and think that we're dangerous, but they see a nice little cute dog
Yeah.
and they're like, oh, I guess those boys are lovable after all.
Who thinks we're dangerous besides TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, anywhere we try to post the show?
Yeah, we're getting all of our stuff pulled down. It really hurts my feelings.
All
The only
because
thing they
we
should be
glorified
pulling-
school shootings.
Yeah,
Can you
the only thing they
Well,
should
we
be
glorified school shootings. We said a slur about mentally handicapped people.
you did say the N word multiple times.
That's
That's
just why you
wild.
were editing.
Right.
Yeah.
I gotta take him out after this again.
It's interesting because you want to do all this social media stuff, but you also want to be true to yourself.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Matt works really hard putting the stars in the appropriate words when he captions the videos. But
Yeah.
sometimes Zuckerberg and who's the other Zuckerberg?
I don't know. It's
I guess
weird
he's
that
Twitter and Zuckerberg
Facebook is-
and who's Twitter?
Elon Musk.
Oh,
Dorsey.
Jack Dorsey.
Yeah.
Not anymore. I thought he stepped down.
But Elon Musk isn't buying it anymore.
No, Joe.
No, he's looking at your hair.
You look so beautiful.
Why? I'm just all over the place.
Dude, it's
like
like
a L'Oreal
messy, but it's
commercial.
also nice.
Oh yeah, I'm a fascinating guy.
Yeah. Elon Musk isn't buying Twitter anymore.
No,
He'll
the
be
deal
back,
fell
dude.
through or something
He
like that.
said that they weren't giving him enough. They weren't going to give him bot information or something like that.
Okay.
But now they're like going to court because he's refusing to buy it. But he tweeted a thing that's like, well, now they're going to have to release all the bot information in court.
Uh-huh.
I don't know how any of this shit works
Yeah,
though.
yeah, yeah.
It doesn't matter. I think it's just gonna be like a bunch of like.
See, everybody who
Back and
already
forth.
didn't like Elon Musk is tweeting about how awful this is, and everyone who likes him is tweeting the reasons why he backed out, and it's a good thing. And I actually have no idea.
What about you, Bobbert?
Yeah,
Well-
I think we should all take a side though.
Yeah,
even
I'm
though
a
we're
little
yeah.
disgusted by Matt's insistence that just because he doesn't have all the facts, that he can't have an opinion. This is fucking America, dude. You go with your gut.
Yeah.
What's your gut say?
You know what? I was very indifferent about this whole thing until people started pulling our clips from Twitter. Now I want Elon to take over Twitter and make it into 8chan.
Isn't
Yes.
that wild?
Yeah.
I will say this though. the reason I stepped down as a writer.
I was just imagining you saying the N-word right after that.
I will say this though.
I'm learning how to take those words out, so watch out.
As a writer, you were saying?
I did step down as a writer from Saturday Night Live when Elon Musk was going to be the celebrity host.
Oh yeah.
Because I don't think it's right.
That's funny because I know you posted on Facebook that you were a writer for SNL, and I know you don't work at SNL right now, but I never knew what happened there.
Yeah,
it
we
was
didn't know
Elon
the
Musk.
reason.
Elon Musk showed up, and it was back when he was still, I think, married to Grimes. And I said, look, I don't think it's right that a disabled person hosts Saturday Night Live. You should have certain mental and physical capabilities to do
And I
this.
respect the fact that he's a retard American, but that doesn't mean
He's not. He's from Africa. He's a retarded African.
He's a retarded African American.
Can you believe it?
Wow,
I
he's
didn't
a
think-
drill
I didn't-
rapper. That's
I
crazy.
didn't-
He's the only African American it's okay for us to call retarded.
You said it, brother.
Well, it's officially documented.
Yes.
Although there are a bunch of left-leaning folks on Twitter that are gleefully calling Clarence Thomas and Uncle Tom.
Why?
And it's
What'd he
very
do?
funny.
Whenever.
What did he do?
Even if there is.
Review it.
What about it?
And also he.
Joe hasn't heard the news yet. We're not going to break it to him now. He won't be able to handle it during the pod.
Well, General Clarence Thomas is like a right-wing guy, and so people will call like right-wing black people Uncle Toms.
Did you
but
say
when it's
general?
In general.
Oh, okay. I
he's
was like,
a
does
right-wing guy.
man think Clarence
General
Thomas
Clarence
is a general?
Thomas. But yeah, it is always whenever you're trying to be like the white ally, and then you get to the point of calling a black person an Uncle Tom when you're a white person. I'm like, you've gotten too far into this. You've twisted yourself into too many circles here.
Yeah.
You got to choose. Either black people are cool or they're awful. There's no don't try to pull these fucking nuance or it's like, well, I think there should be a black person on the Supreme Court, but maybe not Clarence Thomas. It's like, look, either have a black person on the Supreme Court or fucking don't. All right? You don't get to have this fucking nuance. They're not like us. Grow up. Bobby, please. This is serious.
I know this is serious.
God, can you imagine, like, I'm trying to, like, get this fucking passed in Congress? Bobby's fucking cracking up the whole time. We're never going to get slaves now because Bobby's just fucking thinking it's Night at the Apollo or something. And I'm like, can't you see that the Emancipation stole billions of dollars of property from American citizens?
Damn, I'm starting to realize why my girlfriend's father asked me about my white supremacist podcast.
Oh, no. Did he really?
He did. So he has...
That's where we. That's why we only have a 4.9 stars on iTunes. Hey, Mr. fucking Bobby's girlfriend's dad.
That's his legal name.
Chill out, dude. So we preach a little eugenics. We got a dog. We're good guys.
That beautiful dog is the product of eugenics.
Finny, come here. Come here, Finn.
See?
Look at that.
Should have eugenics him a little more.
Free and wily. Expressing his own will. Doing what he wants.
Beautiful, man. Yeah, my girlfriend's cousin listens to the podcast or listened to the first few episodes.
Yeah.
I think he had a real original producer of Locker Room Talk experience listening.
Really?
To the, Oh, I don't know. But he apparently told my girlfriend's father, he's like, yeah, it's like a white power podcast.
Oh wait, I don't think I know this story.
I mean, that's it. That's the whole
He
story.
actually listened to the podcast and then said that it's a white power podcast.
And I don't know. Okay. What I'm doing. Finnegan, I know you're a fan, but I'm
Matt,
trying
will
to
you
talk.
grab Finny? He'll react to you. There we go. He just needs your attention.
Yeah. He's like a woman in that respect. No, so my my girlfriend's cousin
yes.
listened to the podcast. He was like super interested that I had a podcast.
Yeah.
Listened to it and reported to my girlfriend's father, it's a white supremacist podcast.
So what? Big deal. What race is this?
But by the way, I will say this is hearsay because I don't know in how he said it.
He may have been joking.
Yeah.
Locker room talk, brethren. You know what to do. Based on this incredibly vague information.
Stand back and stand down.
Stand back and stand by.
I love how I'm like
Towelheads.
holding Finnegan while.
Yeah.
You know what,
Your
you go-
Honor? If I was capable of starting an uprising, would I be such a good dog owner?
Yeah, would I be goofing around so much? Would we be
Exhibit A,
goofing around?
Finnegan J. Taylor. The J just stands for J, like Homer J. Simpson.
Yeah. Oh, I bet he's getting hungry.
We were in the
that's-
car for 5 hours together, and that's the first sentence he said to me.
What?
I heard you have a white supremacist podcast.
Did he really say that
Yeah.
to you? Damn. So what'd you say?
What was the vibe you got from it? Did you feel like he was joking, or did you feel
Yeah.
like okay?
Yeah.
So
but
then, yeah.
I don't know. I
If
don't
the
know.
cousin was joking.
Yeah, that's what I'm not unaware.
I'm
of.
sure he was like, oh yeah, he's got a white supremacist. He wouldn't just drop that bomb on you. And there's no way he would be cool with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Continuing to
So I feel like the
stick it in his
cousin-
daughter.
Maybe the
filling
cousin-
her with your white supremacist jizz
Yeah.
in her mouth, vagina, and possibly buttocks. No, you don't like anal stuff, do you? Or do you?
Matt, you were saying?
I was wondering if her cousin still listens, and now I hope no.
I bet he does. I bet he's subscribed. Maybe he's on the Patreon.
That'd be very funny. Although he must be using an alias then. I don't think he is. Although apparently we have a black patron.
Yes, we do.
That's he's in our one of the good one tiers.
Yes.
That's pretty great. Trey.
Trey.
Treyway.
Yeah.
Where are you from, Trey? Right in the
Where'd
comments.
you
where
come
you're
from?
Where'd you come from? Where did you go?
Where are
Where'd
you
come
going
from?
back to?
Where you come back to? Do you know about Liberia?
That the reason it was Monrovia is the capital. Liberia was made as a. It was created as a.
Finney's stealing the show today.
Yeah.
I think he realizes like as the Patreon grows, he gets more and more treats because like now we
Yeah.
just have like we're able to like we're gonna give him the good food, like the food like now his food, like it really is like the biggest splurge we have because it arrives in a big box with a bunch of dry ice to keep it like frozen.
Ooh.
Not just wet food.
That's so obscene in a world where people die from not enough food.
Fuck them.
Yeah.
Now he's mad.
This is really weird. What's going on with him?
I don't know.
Does he feel like we're on camera? Can he feel that is he like one of those kids like once he gets attention he starts performing for the room?
No, I
that
think
what he's
it's
doing?
I think he has to pee.
no. He already went out today. We went out twice, and he went poo and pee. He's just being nosy. Come here, Finn.
This is probably really good radio.
Yeah.
This is called doggy
Dude,
room
people
talk.
are screaming at their phones right now.
Yeah.
Although I think it's like faint in the distance.
Yeah, it's
barking,
fine.
right?
They
Yeah.
can.
Yeah.
I mean, they can barely. It barely picks up our voices when we go away from the mic.
Yeah.
You know, so
But anyway, so yeah, Liberia was created as a country in Africa as like Americans like the capital is Monrovia after James Monroe because they just wanted a place where they figured black and white people just can't live together. We'll free the slaves and just send them to Liberia.
Yikes.
Like actually have them go back to Africa. That was kind of something that progressive abolitionists thought at the time.
Guys,
would you
they
go back
should-
to Africa?
Yeah.
Would I?
Yeah.
No, probably not. I've never been to Africa.
Would you want to go?
I'd visit. South Africa seems cool. You know, there's the white people.
Trevor Noah.
Trevor Noah. He was born a crime.
What?
Do you know? You didn't know that?
He was born of crime.
Born a crime.
Born a crime.
Yeah.
Because he was the product of an interracial relationship during South
Really?
Africa apartheid.
Yeah. Name of his first special was Born a Crime.
Name of his
really?
autobiography
I didn't
too,
know
which
that.
is actually very good.
Yeah.
He didn't get annoying until later.
Yeah.
When did he get annoying? Do you think?
Probably Daily Show era. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so. Again, but a lot of that is like he has writers now too. Like you watch a special, it's fine. He's just a guy that has funny like ideas about what it's like to live in America as a guy from South Africa.
I'd like to visit Egypt. There's a lot of cool history stuff there.
Okay.
Like what?
The Sphinx, pyramids. We built those.
You?
The Jews.
Citation pending.
Yes.
You go there. I bet you get lost in the pyramid.
Yeah.
Find a mummy.
Yeah.
The locker room talk boys meet the mummy.
Find
Ooh.
King Tut.
Yeah.
Dude, King Tut's got like the best legacy ever. He was like
Disabled, right?
no.
Very disabled.
He was
Wasn't he
like-
disabled?
Yeah.
Oh, he
He
was?
was fucked up. He was like 8. He died at like 18 or 19 because his parents were literally brother and sister.
Yeah.
And his toes pointed in, and he had like a cleft palate and a big head and like very narrow shoulders. I'm not describing myself, listeners.
He was a
Um,
very non-eventful king.
Well, some people literally theorize that he may have been intellectually disabled.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
gotta,
King Tut!
right, dude? That's got to fly in the face of the idea of monarchy. To be like, this is our king. He might be retarded, but he is the other king's son.
Yeah.
So
Well,
he gets to rule.
But
I
he
mean,
also,
like,
the
when
only
we-
reason he's famous is because his was the tomb that was found. Like
Yeah.
all the other ones either haven't been found, lost to history. But because they found King Tut's, we all know King Tut's name way more than more people. I think know Tut than Ramses,
yeah.
who's like a way more, like did way more shit.
What about
You gotta-
Tutankhamun?
What's that?
King Tutankhamun. Oh, that's just King Tut. His full name.
I couldn't tell if you were doing a bit or not.
I really.
I
It's like I like locker room talk. I'm not a real big fan of Joe, but Joseph Gorman, he's
Yeah,
my
dude.
favorite.
Hell yeah. Robert and Matthew and
Yeah.
Joseph. Oh my. Listeners, Google King Tut and you'll see like an artist depiction of what he may have looked like given on the description. It's terrifying.
Dude, is there King Tut hentai?
There
I mean, Rule
must
34.
be. There has to be, dude.
That's what our listeners are going to look up.
Yeah.
They're not going to look up, let's look up what King Tut looked like. No, that's not locker room talk, listeners.
Yeah.
That's
Although
that's not the towel heads I know.
even like pre Rule 34, just what King Tut looked like, that'll make you laugh because of how fucked up he looks, dude.
Yeah.
He makes me look like Ryan Gosling. That's how fucked up King Tut looks.
Gross.
Yeah. But we have his preserved penis, apparently.
We do.
How big was it?
I mean, he's black, so
That's how you know.
yeah.
Isn't that crazy? Like up until recently, people thought Egyptians were like white people.
Mm-hmm. I think they're either Arab or black. I think it depends. I think they're more Arab.
Probably more Arab.
Yeah. Although maybe I don't know, like thousands of years ago, were even Arabs darker? I don't know any of this
Probably.
stuff.
Everyone was darker.
There was a time where all Jews were
Black.
a little bit of olive skin. You know what I mean?
I got 23andMe and
Turns out you're
Ancestry.
100% that bitch.
I haven't taken it yet. I'm going to do
saw
it
it,
over the
you got
weekend. But yeah,
Do it on the Patreon.
I'm curious to see what my true race is. Well, it's still you got to mail it in, so it's going to take a
Oh,
few days
okay.
to get the results.
Yeah.
But I will.
Were you able
reveal
to come
the
in tube
results
correctly?
on-
I will reveal the results of my race on a Patreon episode of Locker Room Talk. Subscribe and find out what I'm going to find out what
You don't
race I
fucking
am.
need that. I'll tell you.
Bobby has put his hand on Judge. He's determining skull size right now. I believe Bobby has read the bell curve before, so I'm pretty sure he's going to have a good read here. He's looking at cheekbones now, jawline.
Can you like give me a brief smile? Yes. I'm happy to report.
You want to check penis size?
No, I have to gargle first.
Okay.
I'm happy to report, folks. Joe is 100% not guilty of sexual assault.
All right. Hey, we need to clip that.
Yeah. Where would you, if you could visit any place in Africa, where would you visit?
Present day?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why? If they or throughout history, I guess. Well, yeah,
We're
present.
talking about ancient Egypt.
Well,
so-
even now, I would still visit Egypt
okay.
because of the history to it. South Africa, I've heard like Johannesburg is like cool.
I would visit South Africa before 1980.
Why? What happened after that?
Well, they disarmed nuclearly. Oh my God, I read this recently. Do you know one of the reasons, or speculated one of the reasons that South Africa, so there's only 2 nations that have voluntarily disarmed nuclear weapons. One was Ukraine after the Soviet Union collapsed.
Huh, that paid off well for
It
him.
really did, dude.
Yeah.
And South Africa. Now, Ukraine's a little more complicated. South Africa, it was literally like, black people are going to start being in charge. We have to get rid of our nukes.
Yeah.
Isn't that
Apparently-
fucking wild?
Hell yeah. So what,
Apparently
there were
South-
black people in the Ukraine, and that's why they disarmed?
Yeah.
Is,
Apparently South
is
Africa-
Zelensky like fucking black?
I saw South Africa has like the highest population of people with Down syndrome.
Okay.
Yikes.
Because, you know, Down syndrome where the eyes are really far apart, so
Yeah.
they're all apart-eyed.
Look at all that silence.
For those just listening, Matt made the stupidest of faces after that.
I was very happy with
He
myself.
was happy, and I'm happy for you. Dude.
Thank
That's
you.
all that really matters,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah, Matt always makes a face after a terrible pun, like he just got the last cookie from the cookie jar.
Oh, yeah.
And you're his mom, so you're not going to hit him with a burnt wooden spoon.
No, it feels like I just found a lollipop that's still in the wrapper.
There you go. You know who's still in the wrapper?
Ooh.
Kim Kardashian.
What happened?
Actually, that doesn't make sense.
She's not dating a rapper anymore.
Also, she's not in
In.
a man that she's fucking, unless she's into pegging.
Joe,
Would you let a woman peg you?
it depends on the woman.
Okay. Sarah Jessica Parker.
No.
Amy Schumer.
No.
Nancy Pelosi.
No.
Leslie Jones.
No.
Carmen Electra.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, there you go.
All right.
We just had to pick a hot girl.
Okay. Ooh, Halle Berry.
Yeah.
So any hot girl.
Not any hot girl.
Which hot girl would you not let peg you?
You're gonna have to find. I guess it would probably be like somebody who's like a hot girl who was once a hot man.
Well, they could peg you without even a strap on.
Yeah.
That's kind of exciting.
What about you, Joe? Where in Africa would you want to go today?
I don't know. Where's like prostitution the highest in Africa?
I don't know.
I feel like it's the highest in the place where it's also the most dangerous.
Let's go to the most dangerous part of it. So Africa.
I'm Joe Gorman, and this is Raw Dogging a Chick with HIV.
Yeah.
That would be
cool.
scary. What if I got HIV in Africa? Would you still love me?
I mean, Matt and I would have a conversation about the Patreon money. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
They don't want to. You don't want to fucking give it. You don't want to fucking send it to me. You're just gonna waste on fucking that medication for that shit.
Yeah.
It's a lot. Well, like HIV is no longer a death sentence.
Well, it's no longer a death sentence if you have money, I think.
How much is Prep E?
I don't know. I've never had AIDS. I think it would bum me out if I had AIDS.
Why?
I'm going to go ahead and say it. Just because, like...
It would be funny if you got AIDS because you're like the most straight-laced by the rules.
Right,
so
yeah.
I feel like you're also the most deserving of it.
Yeah.
I'm going to try
For
not
sure.
to take that personally.
You deserve to get AIDS.
Don't take this personally, but based on everything I know about you, I feel like you deserve to have a life-threatening illness.
Yeah, dude. I mean, don't get like upset, but if I found out you had AIDS, I would laugh in your fucking face,
Yeah.
dude. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I would never share a drink with you. I would never. I probably wouldn't even let you come to fucking Arby's with us.
Yeah. Ooh, Arby's.
We haven't done Arby's yet.
I hate Arby's.
Yeah,
Good,
not
then
really.
we're definitely
Not
doing
really that
Arby's.
into
I've
it.
been to Arby's 3 times. All 3 times I've gotten diarrhea. 3 strikes and you're out as far as diarrhea is concerned with me.
What did you get?
Probably like a burger of some sort, right? They have burgers there. It's like a less good.
It's more of like meats.
Yeah.
Like-
They have the meats.
Yeah, it's more like sliced meats.
like roast beef.
Roast
Yeah.
beef, ham.
I mean, I imagine I had. Well, they have like sandwiches. Though,
I
right?
love Arby's.
I remember getting some sort of
I
burger or
think
sandwich.
Arby's is okay.
I get an Arby's. I get like 2 meat stackers. I get some sliders. I get some sides.
I
have
had
some Coke.
Steak Shack within the last week. I haven't had Shake Shack. Steak Shack, did I say? Shake Shack.
Shake Shack.
I haven't had Shake Shack in a while, and I got the double burger with apple smoked bacon.
It's good, but I feel like
good.
it's a tiny amount of food for a lot of money, which is the opposite of what you want.
yeah,
The double burger was a good amount of food.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love it.
I love Shake Shack. Shake Shack burgers very underrated because they don't get met. Like Five Guys, everyone appreciates. My favorite burger, I think, of like the fast food or fast casual is the Wendy's Baconator. Love a Wendy's Baconator. But I don't think Wendy's overall has the best burgers. If you just get a regular Wendy's burger, I don't think it's as good as a Whopper.
Okay.
But they struck gold with the Baconator.
They found out like it's people love the bacon and the cheese
Yeah.
and the hamburger.
And the special sauce.
I like Wendy's. The baked potatoes are pretty good too. Baked potatoes, chili's amazing.
Yeah.
You get the chili, you get some fries, and you get the works. Yeah.
Love Chili's.
love that chili.
Oh wait, Chili's. You're talking about Chili's.
Chili
from
at
Wendy's.
Chili at
I think you were
Wendy's.
talking about the restaurant Chili's. I thought we pivoted.
Nah, we can talk about chili's though. I
Yeah.
love chili's. What do you
Yeah.
want to eat, Bobby?
I liked when we went to Texas Roadhouse.
Yes.
Those rolls.
Yeah.
The Texas
Who'd
Roadhouse.
you go to a Texas Roadhouse with?
When Matt and I went to see Martin Van Buren.
I see.
And you wouldn't come because you said that you think that Andrew Jackson should have ran for a third term.
No, I remember my invitation must have gotten lost in the mail.
Must have gotten lost in the...
No, we invited you, but
Female.
we were going to be in Albany, where you had that thing with that girl.
Mhm.
All right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
The thing.
The thing.
The thing.
The thing. I've been reading Eichmann in Jerusalem. It's crazy.
Yikes.
What's that?
He did quite a thing.
Yeah.
He was like...
he did a bad thing.
He did a bad... That's how the judge opened the trial. Yeah. You done fucked up, Eichmann.
I did a bad thing.
I've been... he comes out, I've been a bad boy.
Yeah, he gave a lot of Jews a lot of boo-boos.
He did. He did. He didn't share the Reich well. He didn't like to share his Reich. He didn't. No,
He didn't like it.
He didn't. Your Honor, I didn't like it.
I didn't write
It
to
didn't
share.
rub me wrong time. No dice, Chicago.
This is a very Axis conversation here.
We're goofing, man.
We're just goofing around. He's the banality of evil guy. He's the I was just following orders.
Really?
Yep.
Wow.
It's true. I mean, we could go back to talking about Arby's if you would like.
I was like, yeah, clearly, dude. You know how I said I was like angry with candy in my mouth? This is it.
Being angry with Arby's in your mouth.
Yeah, angry with Arby's.
That's yeah.
What if you could eat one fast food for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Ooh.
One restaurant.
No,
Just
no,
fast food.
like not Applebee's, Chili's,
And it
whatever.
has to be like a
Like,
primary chain too. It can't be like a niche one that's like located in one region. It has to be
Like I have
everywhere.
to eat at McDonald's for the rest of my life, or Wendy's.
like McDonald's, Wendy's, Taco Bell, Burger King, KFC, like the
Popeyes,
primary one.
yeah.
Popeyes for 100% sure.
Popeyes.
Does fast
Yeah.
casual count? Like, are we eat Chipotle,
No.
Shake Shack?
No,
or
no.
No.
It's got to be the fast food.
Yeah.
No, because then my answer would be Chipotle, because I do eat Chipotle
Yeah,
almost
me too.
every day, which has no negative effects on my health whatsoever.
I would still say McDonald's.
I think I
The
might-
French fries are delicious.
Yeah.
Well, and I feel like they have like the most menu items that you can kind of like mix and match.
A
I
little
feel like
bit.
I'd go McDonald's because I can get like the chicken strips there. Not as good as Popeyes, but I can't get a burger at Popeyes.
You can get some wraps. You can get a salad.
Yeah.
Dude, I would eat fried chicken every day and never get sick of it.
Ooh.
Well, is part of this...
What if a woman's pussy tasted like fried chicken and pussy juice tasted like
You'd have
chicken
to
grease?
you'd have to put me in cuffs for me not to eat her box every day,
You
every
think that
minute
would-
of every day.
You think that would finally get black guys to go down on women?
It's possible, dude. Wow. Joe in a lab coat. With
I'm fucking like, yeah, I'm fucking like, I got like some fucking vial and I'm just like holding it up to the light. I have goggles on and shit.
Do
I'm
an
like, I
entire
got it.
An entire montage.
Yeah. I got that big whiteboard where I'm just drawing a bunch of fucking formulas and
Yeah.
shit.
Mm-hmm. You just go into a white woman just goes into a Popeyes, lays down, splays open. The black guys walk up to her, and the test is: do they penetrate first, or do they start licking the pussy?
You gotta lick the pussy
Do
before
they
you
take the skin off? Or
No,
Damn,
man,
how
the
come they
skin's
don't
the best
have?
part.
Wouldn't it be crazy if like KFC just embraced and was like just skins?
yeah.
There was like a meal called just skins.
Ooh, interesting. But I like it's it's yin and yang. Like the same way I don't like I wouldn't like the fried chicken without the skin. I wouldn't just like the skin. You gotta have one to appreciate the other. You know what I mean?
Balance.
Yeah. If imagine eating mashed potatoes with no gravy, or imagine
do that.
drinking gravy.
I could drink.
I
Gravy.
I do mashed potatoes with no gravy. And Joe drinks gravy, apparently.
Bobby, I think you're onto something. This is something for everybody.
Joseph, tell me you're joking. You just sitting here vaping, petting your dog, and drinking gravy from the little serving
ladle, just
thing.
directly from the ladle.
That makes me that image makes me so upset. Just the idea of you drinking gravy.
As soon as this podcast goes
I would
off
just
the
like a glass of gravy with my meal,
Yes.
like every day.
As soon as the
oh, with a straw. Yeah.
once the recording stops, it's just me and Joe. Me with a jar of peanut butter and a spoon, and Joe with the gravy cup of gravy.
Yeah, that's actually a brilliant idea, Bobber.
Yeah. I do like gravy. I fuck around with gravy, dude. And I'm
See?
kind of gross. If I'm at like a KFC or a Popeyes, I'll take my corn and put it in the mashed potatoes with the gravy
Nice.
and mix it all around.
So you've had the KFC bowls.
Oh, I've had the KFC bowl, and I enjoy the bowl as much as I enjoy the Patton Oswalt bit about it.
Maybe the sickest I've ever gotten
Remember
from a
Patton
fast
Os-
food meal was
Yeah.
the double down at KFC.
The double
You remember
down.
that?
That was a fucking Patton Oswalt bit too. The double down.
Is that kind of like when people tell you
Yeah.
don't be offensive on stage?
Yeah, you got to double down.
It was like 2 fried chicken breasts
As
with
the
like
bread.
bacon. It's like chicken cordon bleu
Dude,
without.
have some goddamn respect for yourself. Jesus.
Oh, I had to try it.
Oh, you know what? I love sandwiches, but the bread gets in the way. I wish it was just more meat instead. Oh, jeez.
keto, baby.
Jeez Louise and a bag of peas. So
Now, do you believe it's a popular rumor? Do you think Patton Oswalt killed his wife?
I don't. You know what? It's one of those things like I don't have any evidence, but believing in it is what gives my life meaning.
I didn't believe it until he got cucked and had to apologize for being friends with Dave Chappelle, and now I'm like, he's got it in him.
Yeah. Yeah, my man has, no impulse control. If he's in trouble, he'll try to get out of it as soon as he can. And if his wife is maybe going on and on about doing the dishes, he'll try to end that conflict as quick as he can.
Maybe if I saw a real self-reflective picture of him in the mirror of a green room where he reflected on whether or not he killed his wife and came
What
to
if
the
he did kill his
conclusion-
wife, but then did that? And used that meme template, and people are like, "Oh, well, we can't stay mad at him. That's very funny."
If he just did a thing about killing his wife
Yeah.
and apologized for killing his wife in that meme.
And then the prosecutor's like, "And then you smothered your wife with a pillow." He's like, "Listen, I was friends with a man who said some transphobic things. I killed my wife. Nobody's perfect, sir. Here is a tweet I got from you." From 7 years ago when you said that snow is gay. Now, is that problematic? Yes, it is. Okay, we've all made some mistakes.
I did Ratatouille.
I did Ratatouille.
Give him a break.
My wife begged me to stop and I wouldn't. We all go. Now I've decided to listen to women. I'm doing the work now.
Yeah.
I'm listening to all women. I'm listening to Ann Coulter. I'm listening to Sarah Palin. I'm listening to
Candace Owens.
I'm listening to the woman that started the Lord's Resistance Army in Uganda. I'm listening.
Wait, a woman did that?
If anyone ever tells you if women were in charge, there'd be no wars, point them into that woman's direction.
In Uganda. Well, she was
Yes,
a part of
queen.
She was a part of a patriarchal society.
She's
though.
part of a patriarchal society.
Yeah. No, if women were in charge and there was no patriarchy, then there would be no wars.
Would you really?
Absolutely. If you take away every possible qualifier that would never exist in a real world scenario, you can say that women would do anything.
I actually believe that women are strong and also
Brave.
beautiful, and they do have pussies. Well, not
Bobby.
Not all women have pussies. Just the ones that I like. Woo! Hell yeah, dude. This is the most dangerous podcast on the planet. Saying we won't sleep with trans women.
Would you? You really want it?
I think I would if I got tricked.
Yeah. Or they're like, "Hey, baby,
Would you kill
you're not
them?
going anywhere."
Would
Yeah.
would you
if they had a
kill 'em?
gun, I guess I wouldn't say no.
Would you kill him after you found out you got tricked?
See, that's why I'm blessed with my own sense of masculinity, because I wouldn't willingly fuck a trans woman. But if it was like, surprise, I'm trans, I'd be like, that's honestly hilarious, and I can't wait to talk about it with my friends. You know what I mean? But if you're from an honor culture and you're like, well, fuck, now I have to spend the rest of my life in prison because I don't want to seem sort of gay for a second, that is a stressful existence, and I'm glad I don't have it.
Well, here's something to scare you. 1 in 5 trans women are gun owners.
Okay. So they're packing in both senses of the word. That's me if I was Mark Norman. That's definitely a Mark Norman tweet.
Is it? Was it?
It could be. I might sell it to him.
You should. Are you going to?
Well, he won't respond to my calls,
but
and he
really?
won't answer when I ring his doorbell. Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah, he's like, I'm gonna call the police, and I'm like, comedy. You know what I mean?
Do you really?
Matt's friends with Mark Norman.
Not friends. We're like friendly.
Dude, you're fucking this up, dude. We're trying to fucking schmooze on a podcast.
First guest on LRT will be Mark Normand.
That'd be fun.
Hell yeah,
Maybe. Anything's possible.
I don't know.
He's probably too busy doing like actual like things.
Probably.
I'm feeling pretty good about this episode.
Why?
Oh, I would go to Rwanda, by the way.
Yeah.
Rwanda is apparently now supposed to be one of the safest countries in Africa.
They still have like the Tutsis, though,
It's
right?
they're still there.
They're still there.
Yeah, but now it's like Times Square in the 70s versus Times Square now.
Exactly. Yeah. It's apparently they're just having a nice time.
Yeah.
The thing is, it's not immediately obvious if someone's Hutu or Tutsi, and there's such a social taboo.
Maybe to you.
Yeah. Yeah. If you study phrenology enough, you'll know.
Yeah.
Which I thought
you
to be like
did.
a white person that is racist, but only against a certain type of black guy. They're like, I'll listen. My daughter can date a Hutu, but I'll be damned if she dates a Tutsi.
Yeah.
No way. Ain't no daughter dating my Tutsi. Or vice versa. You know what the fuck I meant.
Yeah.
But apparently they're like boys now. Because there's just like this social taboo of like asking if someone's Hutu or Tutsi.
Yeah.
So there's just not this racial division anymore.
Yeah.
Why not?
Because they don't even know if they are.
Half the time they don't know. Yeah. You can't do
I
that
would
in
know.
America though, because I mean,
I would
tell.
do that. I do that. I told Matt, it's like, are you a Jew?
yeah.
I usually because those dudes like with the mitzvah tanks that
Yeah.
try and like the whole thing. I'm pretty
Explain
sure
a
what it
mitzvah
is.
tank to our Midwestern listeners.
So yes, there's a truck of Jews that drives through the city. Basically,
I mean, I'm listening, Joe. I don't know what purpose this serves.
There's a
Sometimes I don't have anything to say.
yeah. So it's just Bobby with two microphones.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, there's a van that goes around the city that's got a big Jewish star in it, and a bunch of Jews come out of the back of it, and they try and they go around and ask people if they're Jewish. Thank you, Joe. I
Joe
think if
decided
there's-
since Finney stopped being annoying, he would take over.
yeah.
I want to eventually someday. I would like to be an on-field reporter,
Yeah.
and that means
Joe goes to a crime scene, and he's like, "So tell me, what do you think about hentai?" And they're like, "What does that have to do with the electrical explosion?" I'm asking the question here, bitch. I'm the one that has the press pass. Anyway, Matt, sorry. Go ahead.
Yes.
The Jewmobile.
The Jewmobile.
Mhm.
So they'll ask you if you're Jewish, and if you say yes, I think it's they try and get you to do tefillin, which is they wrap a thing around your arm. And
They do some sort of Jew rain dance.
Yeah. They make you say a prayer, and then if you, while having the thing wrapped around your arm, say a prayer, it's considered a mitzvah, a good deed.
Yeah.
And they did a good deed by getting another Jew to do that.
Right.
Um,
Which is
But,
like,
but then you have to get another Jew to do that in 24 hours, or you'll die.
Exactly.
no, I think that's a great mitzvah. It's way better than donating to charity, calling your grandparent that's in an old age home.
Getting someone fired from their job
Getting
because of
someone
something they tweeted 10 years ago.
That's a mitzvah.
That's a mitzvah.
Yeah,
that
to get
happen to you?
problematic people away from being HR assistant at a mid-level firm in New York.
Exactly.
Yeah,
But
Did that happen to you, Bobby?
I don't want to talk about it. I signed an NDA.
But yeah, I always say I'm not Jewish because I'm like I just saying I don't want to do the thing they want me to do. And fairly often they'll kind of like pause and look at me, and I'm like, whenever anyone says like people can't tell I'm Jewish, I'm like I feel like a lot of them know.
Well, they have Judar, like gays have gaydar.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have small penis dar. I could just tell by looking at someone. Yeah, like that guy has a small penis.
Damn.
Uh-huh.
What about you, Joe? What can you tell about a person just by looking at them?
I can tell if they're going into heaven or not.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So you have gaydar also? And you have gaydar and Judar.
Yeah, I got them all.
Yeah.
Actually, when that's actually how Matt and I became friends, when he walked past the Jewmobile. And I was kind of looking at him like, do I want to be friends with this guy, right? And the guy said, "Are you Jewish?" And Matt said no. And that was the start of a beautiful friendship.
Yeah. And then it took a few months before I like finally let Bobby in on the secret.
Well,
Yeah.
I was wondering why you were circumcised.
Yeah.
When you were showering together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
After doing open mics together, we go into the locker
Showers,
rooms
yeah.
and take a shower.
We had a little bit of locker room talk, which is where the genesis of this podcast came from. Me and Bobby showering after open mics.
How cool would it be if comedy clubs had like lockers and shit?
The locker room instead of
I'd have a gun
room.
in my locker for sure.
Yeah.
The minute I see a fucking woman comedian try to get on stage, I'd fucking get that gun.
Hey, have you ever noticed that men don't have top sheets? You ever notice that I have a gun, bitch?
Yeah, bitch.
How about that?
I'm gonna kill you, bitch.
Yeah.
Also, what's the top sheet?
Exactly. We'll put a boot in your ass. It's the American way. When Uncle Sam puts your name at the top of his list. Dude, I've been unironic. This is how much of a
Statue of Liberty started shaking her fist,
and there's gonna be hell to
freedom will ride.
We'll put a boot in your ass. It's the American way.
It's a great song, dude. I've been unironically.
That's what we needed to get out of 9/11, dude.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That song?
That's what
Maybe
we did.
9/11 was worth it because we wouldn't have had it without that song.
Yeah. That's what it showed what America was capable of.
Yeah. I get unironically hyped when that song comes on.
It's not meant. It's meant to get you unironically
Dude,
hyped.
You know, and everybody knows the boot in your ass line. You know what the line that gets me is when he says, what is it?
Justice will be served. And
That's a good one.
Battle will rage.
Oh, when he's saying, and it'll feel like the whole wide world is coming
down on you.
raining down on you.
Yeah.
It'll feel like the whole wide world is raining down on you. I'm like, damn. Can you imagine if you were in a cave and you also spoke English somehow and also had access to country music and you heard that? You'd be like, holy shit, I'm in trouble.
Imagine if Spotify was around in 2001.
Ooh, I had a man call me
sweetie.
he had to call me sweetie, and I just went down on my knees and started pleading.
This was in a sauna.
Yeah, he no. For work, a guy called me, and his name was Ahmed.
Oh yeah.
And it was quite a moral conundrum, because I wanted to say Ahmed, right? But I'm like,
Ahmed.
is that disrespectful? Because he just told me his name is Ahmed.
You say Ahmed.
Well, I was saying Ahmed, but without really putting the oomph on it that he put on it. When
You gotta put the.
Really?
Yeah.
It's offensive if you don't. He might fucking jihad you, dude.
I didn't realize I was on the same podcast as a bigot.
So yeah,
Woo, you in trouble now, boy.
well, cause like if Jesus calls, I'm like Jesus, but I don't.
I'm like, hey, Zeus.
I'm like Jesus. So thank you for calling Jesus. You know what I mean?
Hey, Zeus.
That's kind of what saying Ahmed instead of Ahmed was.
I'm just I just remember when I was a kid, I used to play backyard baseball.
Of course.
And Ahmed Khan was one of the kids.
Okay.
So from a very young age, I knew Ahmed's, and Ahmed was my first baseman, and he was a really good power hitter. So I always respected Ahmed's.
There you go. It was a little jarring too, because I mean I know intellectually that people are named Ahmed, but like to me it's like just what racist people call Arabs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Ahmed.
Yeah.
That's how lazy it is, right? Well, I guess like people do that with like Jose or Julio.
I
right?
don't get why, dude, because Ahmed's my favorite dead terrorist.
Oh hell yeah, dude! I
dude.
totally forgot about that. Well written and all around loved character.
Yeah.
He's pretty funny, dude.
I like him.
I like, and he was really likable.
I think he
on Mark
bombs.
Maron,
I think
too.
he bombs a little too much, though.
Hey, we're not talking about Jeff Dunham. We're still talking about Ahmed the
I'm
dead
talking
terrorist.
about Ahmed only.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Well, it is
Ahmed
sort of
only.
like they're like, oh, that's racist. I'm like, well, if you want to make fun of the dead terrorist, it would be weird to give like Jimmy the dead terrorist.
Yeah.
Or how about Sean the dead IRA terrorist?
I don't dislike Jeff. I don't get the Jeff Dunham hate, really.
Yeah.
I mean, I watched him as a teenager, loved it. Now it's not my favorite, but I still, when I see it, I'm like, this is fun.
Yeah.
I feel like if somebody says my favorite comedian is Jeff
They're
Dunham,
dumb.
a part of me, not even that, they're just not like really into comedy.
Right. Yeah.
or they haven't really thought about it since like college.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't get the hate for Jeff Dunham. Like, I think he's funny and talented.
I'm 4 months.
Dude, imagine if off mic Joe was talking about how he's jealous of women because they get to grow and nurture and eventually pass a human baby. Should I not have mentioned that? Is that embarrassing for you? This is actually very nice.
Yeah, it's
Like
comforting.
I feel like if I put my head down, I'd feel safe.
Yeah, you would.
You know what I mean?
That's the benefit of dad bod, dude.
Yeah.
It's protection.
People love the dad bod ever since Limp Bizkit and Fred Durst specifically.
That's the dad vibes.
It's the dad vibes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dad's rule, dude.
You guys think you'll be a dad one day? I mean,
Never.
Joe, do you... Joe actually had a severely late-term abortion for both of his kids, and now he's no longer a father.
I'll never be a father now.
Yeah. What kind of dad do you think you would be, Matt?
I think it'd be a good. I'd be the fun parent.
You'd be fun.
Ooh.
I need
Good
to
cop.
I need to marry a woman who's like gonna be a disciplinarian, so that when she turns her back, I can like do the thing with the kid that she was just telling him not to.
Dude, the idea
That's
of
the
being
dad
good
I would
cop
be.
is very fun. The mom is like, "Oh, brush your teeth, Johnny," and she's like, "I don't want to," and then she walks out of the room, and you're like, "Your mom's a cunt, isn't she?" You know what I mean?
Well, that's the thing. I
Just
would make
good cop dad stuff.
Yeah.
Good cop, dad cop.
I would make.
Yeah.
I think that's the thing. I'd be the fun parent, but then because I'm the fun parent, when I say you got to brush your teeth, it's like, well, if Dad's saying it, he's fun, so I got to do it.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing. You get more credibility when you're fun.
Yeah.
When you actually take something serious, then people are like, hey, you know what? Maybe this is something I should take serious too.
Yeah.
Like when comedians start talking about our place in the world and how important comedy is.
Or it makes you glaze over because you're like, yeah, right, you fucking clown. You don't mean this shit.
Yeah. Well, I do
always,
think that
when I see an earnest post by a comedian, I just kind of feel like, oh, they're out of jokes for the day. You know what I mean? They're like, well, why don't I try something? I still need to refresh Twitter and read the new comments, so I got to say something.
Yeah, maybe. There's a lot of people who do really feel like they just need to say a thing about whatever's happening.
Yeah.
But I do think that is why, like, someone like Rogan, or like when people like, we trust this comedian, it's because like the comedian is like the silly fun one, so then whenever they say something serious, when everyone else who's supposed to be serious is a fuck up, you're like, sure, let's go with the good cop.
Yeah, dude. I've been taking ivermectin every morning, honestly, just to be safe.
Yeah.
I've been taking it rectally too, and it says on the box that that's not how it's taken, but
Yeah.
you can never be too careful.
I'm still eating Tide Pods. Nothing's happened yet.
You know, I used to eat Tide Pods.
Then what?
Well, I'm clean now.
Hell yeah. Bobby's going to take the rest of the podcast off.
Well, I think we're all going to take the rest of the podcast off.
Are we over an hour?
We're well over an hour. We're an hour 16.
Oh,
So-
shit.
I pride myself in us recording, quite possibly, the most directionalist episode of Locker Room Talk.
I agree. What do you want to see more? Give us some fucking money.
Yeah. Bye.